All right, we will be starting here in just a second, you guys. Thank you, Maui. How are you doing today? I just need to share in a few areas that we're live. I was I was sharing that I was live in different areas because I for everything to go smoothly, what I have to do is I have to go live, and then um I have to share that, like, hey, I'm live. And usually when I'm doing that, like, I'm like looking at this, doing things here, so I'm aware it looks like I'm frozen. Toysty, welcome in. How are you doing, dude? I am doing well. Um, I have some of my things arriving today that will get used for doing video, and so I'm very excited about that. The last few other things that I ordered arrived today, so I am looking forward to properly getting into doing some of that and going different places and filming and doing art videos, as well as cafe videos. I'm planning to do like cafe reviews and all that for like the Kansai area, so like Osaka, Kyoto, all that. So like, what are good cafes to go to, especially if you're an artist or you're wanting to do work and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, that's really fun. What movie are you guys gonna see? Since you're going in like 2 hours. Yeah, doesn't it sound cool? I'm looking forward to getting into like doing that stuff. Oh, you guys are gonna go see Five Nights at Freddy's too. Very nice. The first one was alright. I've never played any of the games. I know very little of the lore. Like, I know some stuff, but very little of like the video game lore, so. Oh, I agree. The movie was fun. Oh, so did they change things in the video games to match the movie? Oh, in that sense. Okay. Yes. Um I'm glad though that they went, you know what, we're gonna leave the video games as the video games then. Um, because it's one of the things that often happens is a movie or whatnot does decently well, and the people go, okay, well, that's doing well. We want these things to match, so we're going to change the original source material to match the film. That's happened with a lot of comic related stuff, and it bugs me. All right, last post. All right. Shared. So are you going on a date? Is that what it is? Ah, okay, I see. So there's 4 of you, and it is for 2 of them. That's cool. You guys get a friend date then, the 2 of you. So you're like, it's like a double date, but 2 of you are on a friend date. Because when you're not really third wheeling if there's 2 of you, because the 2 of you can do your thing. Okay, I think I have just like 1 more person to share with. Oh, okay. Bet. I mean, that's fun. Well, I hope things go smoothly for you. You'll have to let us know next time how things go. Report back and share. That's exciting. All right. Cool. You know, that's fair. That's totally fine. You got a community here that's going to support you, though, just so you know. All right, let's get into this. All the underwater stuff. Well, now we're doing the coral, so. Let us make that larger. I'm glad you're enjoying seeing the progress over time. What I'm really looking forward to with this is the fact that I have had the time lapse going the entire time. So once it's fully done, I'm going to be able to export a time lapse and make a time lapse video for YouTube. And I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. I'm hoping for I want to see if I can do like a 10-minute time lapse. So yeah, where's the best place to watch me for the best profit margin for me? Technically, the only place I'm receiving profit currently is Twitch, but that is not based off viewership. That's only if I'm getting subs or donos on Twitch. However, YouTube is probably the better place long run for just if you're just watching, mainly because when I start doing actual videos and things like that, the that viewership and those hours convert to profit. So currently, it doesn't really matter. For streams, I will continue to stream on Twitch regardless. I'm just not focusing on Twitch anymore like I used to. I've had a little bit more natural growth on YouTube through streaming than I have on Twitch recently, which is really cool. I mean, Twisty here is a good example of that, just popping in and hanging out. But yeah, I've also, Dainty Grace, who joined the Discord server, came in through Twitch. So both are good, and I'll keep streaming on both, but I do know that in general, currently, I think YouTube's eventually going to be the better place for artists. I've been saying this for a little while, after also watching a ton of other people. with the fact that the Instagram algorithm keeps changing, the fact that most of these places are basically pushing for video content, they are shooting themselves in the foot, because the one place to go if you are going to be doing video content is YouTube. Because YouTube actually knows what they're doing somewhat with video content. But yeah, you can always slide over there. I'm not super worried about it currently with that sort of stuff. Like, again, viewership wise, it's going to be quite a while before anything happens. Also, I don't think I can monetize. Like, I don't think you can monetize like in-stream watch hours. I think it's once a stream is done, and people are rewatching VODs and things like that. I think that's where you can get some monetization and whatnot. What I should really do is the ideal would be finding someone who's like, here, I'll go through and cut up your videos and like to help make like shorts and different things like that. That would be the ideal, and just being like, okay, or I need to learn how to do that. But scrubbing through content and whatnot to find those can be a little difficult. I think at that point, the best thing for me to do is looking and writing. Like, I need to have like a pad or piece of paper next to me, so that if I say something, I'm like, oh, that could be an interesting little video, like my little rant on this, to mark down what time it's doing, like what time on OBS it is, what time, and then scrub into that and go, okay, there it is. I mean, the real ideal would be me recording on OBS at the same time, but yeah. I see. I mean, here's my view on it, Toysy. Like, if you're able to monetize and you're able to keep it up, then whether you feel like you deserve it or not, like, why not go for it? Because especially if it's going to allow you to do the other things that you enjoy doing. That's my view on that. But I also understand if by pursuing the monetization, if it would lock you into a certain format or content that you weren't really like interested in doing, that's very different. Okay, so it was like you would need to make that sort of content. That makes sense. And good old slop content. I follow a slop tuber. Yeah, no, that makes sense. having like actual like comments of like intellectual things where people are like, oh wow, I really love how this is done, or like I love this character or whatnot. Definitely a lot better of a feeling than, oh funny. So no, I get that. Oh, here's a little fun thing that happened to me um, this week. One of my the Spotify Wrapped came out, and like everyone else, I enjoy sharing that and being like, "Oh, here's what I listen to," and all this stuff. And especially if like there are people like who I can put on to some of the artists I enjoy. If I can do that, then great. Um, and one of my top artists was one of the same top artists I had last year, which it's an artist by the name of Vion Isaac. Really love the artist. Really cool, like lovely music. They have a song called London Air Raids, all that. Well, I shared that like, oh, like this is who I had. Go check them out. And he actually responded to the post on Instagram and was like, oh, thank you so much. And I responded and was just like, hey, because him and his wife both make music, and I listen to both of them. And I just said, hey, much love to you and your wife from an art teacher here in Japan. And then the next thing I know, he is now following me on Instagram. And yeah, it was really cool because just like he messaged and was just like, oh dude, I love your art style and all that stuff. So that was really cool for me. Just that area of someone that I've been listening to for the past 2 to 3 years, just letting me know that they like following me and just being like, oh dude, I love your work. It's really cool. There's a lot of, not that I'm seeking it, but there's a lot of validation in that, and just being like, okay, like what the sort of stuff I'm doing is like people are seeing it. It's like connecting with people in a way, and that is just a really, as an artist, that is a really cool thing to have. So yeah, so that's my little area of like, that's so fun. Are you talking about the British guy, Ren? If you are, I have listened to him a decent amount. Not in general the style that I normally listen to. Most of my music fell under the pop category or folk. Folk pop was one of the top categories for me. My number, put it this way, my number one artist was Owl City. So, well, I enjoy Ren and like some of his music, especially lyrically. I think he's brilliant. Um, it is not the sort of music that I tend to just listen to on a super regular basis. But I do go through phases of like both rock and rap. He's not really rock, but he's much more in the like rap type category. He's a lyricist, is what it is. Dude, Adam Young, Adam Young makes great music. My top 3 albums, I showed it to someone. I was like, dude, 3 of my top albums of the year were Owl City, and they looked at it and they were like, but that, like, I only see 2 that were Owl City, and because the third one was Sky Sailing, and for me, I just go, oh yeah, it's Adam Young's music because Sky Sailing was Adam Young before Owl City. My other 2 like top albums were the Japanese artist Scent. She's really fun, really like poppy, cute music. I don't know Lemon Demon. I will have to check them out. So, so since Lemon Demon was up on there on your list, what sort of music do they do? Sell them to me a little bit, Toasty. Why should me and anyone else watching check out Lemon Demon? I'd love to know. I mean, I will say the name is very intriguing. Eve's work, you love Eve's work, yes. Eve, I've been listening to Eve since before they were doing anime openings. So their very first album, like I've been listening to them since then, and so glad that they're getting the love and the recognition that they deserve because their music is wonderful. So Lemon Demon will be guaranteed to be nothing like I've heard before. Okay? So if you could put them in a genre, what sort of genre would you say Lemon Demon is? The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. but I will have to check out Lemon Demon after our stream. I will say after stream today, I'm actually going to be going into town, and I'm going to be doing figure drawing with one of my friends. There is an atelier that does live nude figure drawing every Sunday for like 2.5 hours. So we go every once in a while and practice. So I'll be going and doing that this afternoon. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so he does video, so I'll have to check out Lemon Demon here on YouTube. All right. Sounds good. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and just fill all that in. Oh, okay. Sounds good. No, I'll check out Lemon Demon. So one of the things that I was thinking about is making some of these as well, like poster prints. Well, not poster prints, but like postcard prints. And this island one especially, I'm like, this will make such a good little print. Like this one specifically, I need to do on a larger size. 1 second, the doorbell just rang. Need to check that. You're thinking 15 minutes ago how cool it would be as a poster. So yeah, so I would need to like figure it out, like size, mainly because me printing that stuff and then shipping it would be a bit pricey. Unless I can find an area where I can like set it up and then people can just like order and they take care of it. Because with these, I am planning to do a Kickstarter, but that will be for cards, and then like with those cards, that's what I'm saying, like postcard prints or things like that. Okay, sounds good, Toysy. Thank you so much for popping in. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoy your movie. Wonderful. Clip Studio is not responding. We're gonna wait for the program to respond. See here in a second. If not, There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and close these other tabs. I had opened them up because I was like, oh, maybe, you know. Good morning. How are you doing, Haley? How's your evening going? Your nephew's having their second birthday party. All right. Well, I hope you can get them down to sleep so that it's a decent day tomorrow, because otherwise, it can definitely be a long day. Everything's going over there as the holiday seasons is really beginning. So my nephew is turning, what is it, 6, I believe. It's either 5 or 6. And my niece is 2 and coming on 2.5, I think. The difficulties of not being around them consistently, and I'm just like, oh. Let's see. Yes, my nephew's turning 6 this next week. Yeah, no, that it's real. Forgetting people's ages, so you being around your sister and constantly forgetting her age, I get. I think the difficult thing is because of the fact that, like, I've been around my nephew twice. Like, since he was born, I've been around him twice in person. I've seen my niece once in person. Like, now they were for extended periods of time, but that doesn't change the fact that it was only like, so like 3 years ago I had like 2 months with my family in the States, and so got a lot of time with my nephew then. And then we all were in Turkey last year for Christmas, and so I got to spend time with them then as well. But yeah, you guys have all lost motivation for the year. When you say you've lost motivation for the year, is it just like with like holidays and things like that, or just like we can't be bothered with like doing stuff for the holidays, or what sort of motivation are we talking about? You wish you could be one of the mammals that hibernate, huh? I can understand that. There are times here and there where I'm just like, especially this morning, jeez. I woke up and it was like, my room was like probably 5 or 8 degrees Celsius, which is like 5 is like 41 Fahrenheit. The joys of homes not having central heating here in Japan. And then on top of that, like the little heater I have has a 4-hour timer, so it shuts off after 4 hours. It's not always a problem, but this morning I was, not having it. I am very thankful for my electric blanket, though. No, stop it, Ian. Do not jump ahead like that. Not jump ahead, but jump to a different area. You get that usually when it's colder, you just want to sleep more. Your little has been having a lot of yells in their sleep lately, so your sleep has been pretty broken. That's rough. I am sorry to hear that. I am well aware of how, again, between my niece and nephew and such, when I've been around them and all that as well, like I've lived with other young children, like around young children and all that, being here in Japan. And so I'm well aware of how difficult that can be sometimes. So my sympathies to you, and I hope that it ends soon and that your little one is able to rest well, and that consequently, therefore, you are able to rest well as well. But yeah, so my remedy for my room is basically me going, all right, what heaters can I find that are not breaking the bank? Um, and I found a what you call it one. I found one that seems like it would be good. About $40, but it has a 12-hour timer on it, so I would be able to actually what you can call it, keep the room somewhat decent instead of waking up to my heater being off, which that was honestly what the problem was this morning. Was the heater was just off, and I don't have a remote control, so you can't just point at it and be like, turn on. I'm being reminded of how long this process is going to take. Now, is it going to look just absolutely wonderful once it's done? Yes. But that doesn't change the fact that this is going to be the process of shading is just going to be long. I'm thinking I might do some more streams during the week to work on this, so that because I have some other pieces I need to work on as well, so it'd be good to be able to work on this a bit more and get it done. Alright, let's go ahead and get that rank roll. Good enough. Well, question is, where are there they are. There we go. Just go ahead and save that. It's taking a while for it to process through the saving, which, I mean, it is a large file, is the only problem. Oh, there it goes. house isn't well insulated and the heat doesn't really work well, so you get the cold conundrum. You have a tower heater, you can set the temp and it keeps that without running all the time. See, yeah, that is kind of what I would ideally like, is something like that. But the problem is most heaters here in Japan are not like that. At least the ones that are reasonably priced. What I think whenever I get my own place, what I'll look into is getting an oil heater, because those, while the initially are more expensive, the radiator heaters, they keep a room warmer and are less, less costly in the long run to run. And you can keep them on because it's heating up oil and then that oil stays hot. But yes, I get the not well insulated. Japanese homes are very poorly insulated. Well, at least the ones that are as old as this building. But most Japanese homes aren't like amazingly insulated. Stretchy, stretchy. Honestly, one of the things that I'm actually really looking forward to about the, the eventuality of having my own place is getting to do some different types of streams. Like, I actually really look forward to eventually getting to do like baking streams and things like that. And doing things that are like a mix of like baking and art. Like, because again, if you're doing like I love making bread, so if you're making a bread, it has to rise for a while. So making the dough, letting it rise, and while it's rising, you're there doing art. Yes, no, I would really love to do that. Because again, I really enjoy baking and making different foods. Um, One of the things I could do, it just takes so long, but that would be, I feel like that would be a good stream, is um, last week I made Turkish pasta, Turkish ravioli essentially. And oh my goodness, it was so much work. But I feel like doing that on like stream, having some music going, chatting with stream and all that as you like roll out the dough, cut it, fill it. It's just a lot of like menial tasks where it's just like just sitting there doing a very it's like what I'm doing right now. It's like it doesn't require like the reality is the shading doesn't require a whole lot of thought process, but it's something that just takes time. Turkish art. So there's a dish in Turkey called manta. Um, it's made with ground meat and all that. It's usually dried out, so that you can like cook it whenever. Um, but then for your like after you're cooking it and all that, there's a butter that you can put over it a little bit, which is like usually with garlic and then things like sumac and maybe a bit of like Turkish pepper, um, which they call pul biber. Um, and then you put that on, and then you put Greek yogurt on top of it. So you're plain Greek yogurt, nothing like that. Add like a bit of salt to it, and then you top it with some mint, and it is so good. For me, it is one of those dishes where it's like that is something I grew up with, and it is very nostalgic for me, and it's very comforting. So it was really good. It was fun to make it. It took way too long. I forgot how much of a pain in the ass it is to like do dumplings in general. Like I've done like Japanese gyoza before, like handmade, and it's fun. You can do it. It just takes so much time that the reality is it's like because of the time it takes to make it, it's not worth it. Okay, so if you're doing general pasta, I can see it being fine. Breads, definitely fine. Not too much of a labor of, like, it takes time, but like the only thing it really takes is like you're literally just waiting, like, for the most part. Like the kneading is not something that is like too strenuous. None of that stuff is too strenuous. It's legitimately just waiting. As someone who makes a lot of bread, and I make very good bread, legitimately it is primarily just waiting. But with like gyoza and or like these raviolis, it's that process of like stuffing things and like crimping the edges and like putting it aside. It takes so much time. Oh my gosh, it takes time. So it's one of those things where, like, if I'm making it for other people and if I get a bunch of people who are like, hey, we want this, we're going to help, I think it's definitely worth it. And can be a lot of fun. Turn it into like a little party. However, it's not something I would ever do for myself. I'm just curious. Interesting. Sorry, us talking about this got me sidetracked, and I'm like, oh, like, how much would that cost? It's me getting sidetracked and going, how much is a pasta roller? And different things like that. Well, first it started as me going, can you get like the Turkish ravioli? And no, you cannot get it, which I'm not really surprised by. Anyways, back to it. D, how you doing? Welcome in. How's life going on for you? How goes the grind with rosebuds? Yeah, see, Haley, if I had something that was making the squares or things like that where I could just tot, it would make everything so much easier. um, I don't. So it was me like literally making the dough, rolling it out, rolling it out, rolling it out, taking a knife, cutting it, then crimping everything. Um, so yes, and then like taking the meat, making little like balls, popping it in the dough. So yes, very, very traditional style. Um, I think if I had a pasta roll, like something that rolled out pasta dough, I'd make homemade pasta a lot more because like making the dough itself and all that, like making it is not difficult. Um, and so yeah. So here's what I'll say: bread, very easy to make, especially if you get yourself a uh like a Dutch oven. You can make bread very, very easily. Um, and it's really, the reality is it's flour, water, salt, and yeast. That's it. Um, if you're wanting it to be a quicker bread and you don't want to do the waiting, then it is adding a tiniest amount of olive oil, because it helps with the softness and all that. But honestly, if you like get yourself a little like scale, like a kitchen scale, measure it out that way. You weigh it out. You don't use like cups, things like that. Super, super easy. Um, you start by making what's called a poolish. So this is like the day before you do the bread. All it You literally weigh out equal parts flour, equal parts water, and it's like a pinch of yeast. Like you just sprinkle a tiny bit of yeast in there, you mix it up really well so everything's really combined. It's going to be liquidy. You cover that up, you put it aside for like the next 12 hours. Then after, like when you come back to it, it's going to be all bubbling and all that, and that's going to help like give you natural yeast, not a lot of natural fermentation. You then add that, you like weigh out your flour, your water for like the actual stuff. Like I can, if you want, I can send you a recipe. It's super easy. Legitimately, it is just like the kneading, all that, very easy. It is just letting it sit and wait. After you make the dough, you throw it into the fridge. The ideal thing, let it sit for like 72 hours, 3 days. Just let it sit in the fridge, cold ferment. Pop it out, let it warm up, get to about room temperature. It'll take like an hour or two. And then at that point, you just form it into its like shape, whatever. Ideally, you're heating up the oven at that point already, and you just get some parchment paper. You put the bread on it. You drop the parchment paper into the Dutch oven that is warming up in the oven. You close the lid. A few drops of water in there so it steams it. You then take the lid off to let it crisp up. You have bread after about an hour of it being in the oven. You then let it sit for an hour and fully form after that. And then you have bread. Legitimately, it's all just waiting. The kneading, all that, I guarantee you anyone can do it. It is not difficult. But yeah, I will say bread is one of those things I think a lot of people are very intimidated by, and personally, I don't think they should be. Yeah, I think once you do it, you quickly see like, oh, this is very easy. So again, if it's something where you're ever like, oh, I'd like a recipe or things like that, I can send you what I do. It's, like I said, just a lot of waiting. I will say though, besides like breads, like most things that I do, there's things where it's like people hear and they're like, wow, you can make all that. It's like, yeah, I can, but generally speaking, I don't, because when I cook for myself, it's very hard to rationalize the amount of time it takes to make most foods. And that is why I do a lot of things like chicken nuggets and things like that, because I can throw it in the air fryer, walk away, work on other stuff, come back to it, pull it out, eat it. And I'm not sitting in the kitchen for 2 hours. Now, the moment I am cooking for other people and not just myself, it's very easy for me to be in the kitchen for that long period of time cooking, because I'm no longer cooking for myself. It is an act of service and an act of love for those other people, because I get to serve them in that way and just bless them where they don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's been years since you've made bread, but you're hoping to again when your environment is a bit more stable and make some again. You definitely want to try my recipe though. Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy to send it your way. Again, super freaking easy. I used to do a bread that was like a 40-minute it was called, they called it man bread because it was like, it's so easy, a man can make it. um Honestly, that bread was more involved than what I do now. The fact that literally I just weigh things out, mix it, and then let it sit, it is so easy. I think the biggest thing that people have is like, the biggest problem people have is the aspect of waiting. Most people don't want to wait for they start doing the bread and they want it then and there. It's like, no, just you start it, you have to do some pre-planning. You have to think about the fact that, okay, I'm gonna have it in like 3 days. I mean, you can do it a lot sooner than that. So like, you can just like mix everything together, throw it in the fridge and not do a poolish, and just throw it in the fridge overnight. Let it like do a quick cold rise in the fridge, like 8 hours or so, and it will still taste great. I like doing the poolish mainly because it adds a depth of flavor. It is very similar to a sourdough without having to do a whole sourdough starter. And when I say sourdough, I mean a traditional sourdough that you find in most other countries, not an American sourdough where it actually is sour. So we'll be wrapping up stream in about 45 minutes, by the way. Because at that point, I need to get ready to head out. Like I said earlier, I'm going to go out and do some figure drawing. There's an atelier that I go to, so I'm going with my friend. We're going to go draw some people. Your DM made dough for fry bread today, and it was so good. You have this nasty habit of forgetting about things as it's being done. So again, if you forget about things, one of the best things to do at that point, what I would say, legitimately add it to your Google Calendar. Like if you have a phone or smartwatch, add it to your Google Calendar. Choose the day and time that it should come out. So again, in 3 days time, if it's something where it's in the fridge, you'll forget about it, put a little notice on your Google Calendar for the time that it needs to come out. It'll pop up and you'll be like, oh yeah, in 30 minutes I need to pull it out, and you'll be fine. And then once it's out, set another timer and be like, okay, in an hour it needs to go in the oven. I say all this as someone who does this regularly. When I say regular, I mean I use alarms and all that because ADHD is annoying sometimes. Like there are certain aspects where I'm like, I'm very thankful for it. There are other times where I'm like, geez, I need help. Well, the nice thing is, it looks like we'll at least be able to finish up all by the 45-minute time, or we'll be able to finish up all the like rocks and coral. That's good. Alright, I think that's pretty much all the coral. Well, the first level. Now we need to go back and do the next bit of shading. Because 2 levels, that's what this gets. Right, so we should actually, what I actually need to do is go here, multiply. I'm gonna add this there, and do that, and then add that there. There we go. Cool. So this is a little, like, if for anyone who's doing art, one little hacks that's really great is using just like I would with any of the other stuff, but using a clipping mask, but using the clipping mask with a folder allows you to do an initial, like, allows you to do like an initial layer, and then you can go on top of that with okay, there we go. Yeah, that clipping layer after that allows you to go back over those shadows that you initially created and just create depth with them without accidentally going over the areas that you already, those like areas that you already defined. And then with the second level layer, like shadows, this is usually where I will go in, like what you're seeing here, and create some softer shadows, some gradation in there. Not all of them get it, but it helps for some, because usually with our shadows, like shadows have a harsh line, but then you'll see in shadows they'll gradually get darker. So with this piece, I'm only going to be doing 3 levels of shading. Unless something absolutely needs it, but I'm going to really try not to let things get that far. All right, there you go. You can kind of see there with those little bit of extra shading how that really just helps that pop. That's what we're going for. Just those little bit of extra. And that's going to get blended out like that. All right. It is coming together slowly. Alright, we've got about 15 minutes left. Let's see how much of this we can get done. Let's go ahead and save. And then getting so close. Dude, even with just the the what you call it, the shadows for like the plants in it, like it helps the image so much. Alright, final touches, and then we'll be done. Well, I'm done with the seaweed and all that, I should say. All right, and I think with that, we're done with the shading for these parts. It is definitely coming together. And with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna get ready to head out, and I will talk to you all later. All right, peace.